Okay, so get this, right? We are recording this deep dive. You ready for this? On December 12th, 2024, the 12.12 star portal.
Whoa.
Talk about timing, huh?
Yeah.
And we're going to be using this fascinating Hungarian spiritual website called spiritin.eu to guide us.
Okay.
Don't worry if you don't speak Hungarian, though.
Oh, right.
The concepts are pretty universal. I think you'll find them resonating with you.
I'm sure.
So, what exactly is a star portal? Is December 12th really a day for just heightened spiritual energy and manifestation? And if so, how can we tap into that?
Well, I think what's so intriguing is that we're exploring this concept at the very moment it's said to be unfolding.
Right.
Spiritin.hu, the website, describes the 12.12 star portal as this gateway, this thinning of the veil between the physical and spiritual realms.
I'm already getting chills. So, beyond just seeing 12.12 on the clock, what makes this date so special? We're talking portals here.
Yeah, well, the source points out that 12.1212 combines the energy of the number 1 and the number 2. The number 1, representing new beginnings, individuality, mixes with the 2, symbolizing partnerships and harmony. This blend makes 12.12 a day for powerful yet balanced action.
Interesting. So it's not just about going it alone, it's about harnessing those energies together. But there's a twist, right? I noticed the source specifically links 12.12 to the divine feminine.
Yes, and this connection adds a rich layer of meaning. We're not talking about gender here, but about embracing qualities like creation, intuition, and nurturing aspects within all of us.
Okay, so it's about tapping into those creative, intuitive, and nurturing parts of ourselves, regardless of how we identify. But Spiritin.eu throws in another fascinating detail. There are actually 12 star portal dates throughout the year.
Really?
Each month on the repeating date.
Uh-huh.
So January 1st would be 1.1, February 2nd, 2.2, and so on.
I see.
So is 12.2 the most powerful, or are they all significant?
That's a great question. While the source doesn't explicitly rank them, it does highlight 12.12 as the culmination, potentially making it the most potent. It's like a crescendo of energy building all year.
Okay, so we've got these portals. 12.12 is the peak, and a tie-in to the divine feminine. But let's get practical. How can someone actually work with this energy? What does Spiritin.hu suggest?
The source offers several practices, starting with meditation. But not just any meditation. You're encouraged to visualize your intentions and connect with higher realms.
So it's almost like setting the stage for the 12.12 energy to work its magic.
Uh-huh.
What about using crystals? Any recommendations from the source?
They specifically mention amethyst and rose quartz. You might find amethyst particularly helpful today, as it's believed to enhance intuition and connection to higher realms. Rose quartz, on the other hand, is all about opening the heart and promoting self-love, qualities that resonate with the divine feminine.
That makes sense. Each crystal has a specific role to play.
Yeah.
What else does the source suggest? I'm ready to get mystical.
Connecting with angels is another powerful practice for 12.12. The idea is that the veil is thin, making it easier to receive angelic guidance.
That's interesting, but I've never really tried connecting with angels. Does the source offer any advice for someone who's new to that?
They suggest simple methods like talking to your angels, writing them a letter, or meditating with the intention of connecting. Even using angel cards can provide guidance.
So there are ways to approach this that feel comfortable for everyone?
Right.
But this wouldn't be a 12.12 deep dive without talking about manifestation, right?
Absolutely. The source emphasizes that 12.12 is a potent day for bringing your desires into reality. It's not about passive wishing, but taking inspired action while feeling the emotions as if your desires are already manifesting.
So it's a blend of clear intention, visualization, and action.
Mm-hmm.
But we also need to take stock, right? Spiritin.hu talks about reflection on 12.1.
Right.
As the year comes to a close, this is a powerful time to review what you've accomplished, acknowledge the lessons learned, and set intentions for the year ahead. It's like a spiritual New Year's Eve preparing for a fresh start. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Spiritin.eu connects 12.12 to the winter solstice, which is just around the corner.
Oh, wow.
How do these events intertwine?
That's a fascinating connection. The winter solstice marks the shortest day and longest night of the year, a time of rebirth and the return of light. Symbolically, this aligns perfectly with the themes of new beginnings and spiritual growth associated with 12.11.
So it's not just about the literal return of sunlight, but about recognizing that inner light within ourselves, ready to emerge after a period of darkness.
Exactly.
It's like this cosmic synergy amplifying those themes. So we've got portals, Divine feminine energy, crystals, angels, manifestation, reflection, and now the winter solstice. That's a lot to unpack.
It certainly is. And while this may seem like a lot, the source also includes a message from the creator goddess. It's a message of reassurance.
Oh, tell me
Wow.
more about that. What does the message say?
It says that you're exactly where you need to be on your journey, even with mistakes or detours. It's a reminder that you're on the right path and have the power to revolutionize your life.
Wow, talk about a confidence boost, especially as we wrap up the year.
Right.
But with all this talk about 12.12 and the winter solstice, it's easy to get lost in the concepts. What does this all actually mean for the listener?
That's the key question, isn't it? It's about recognizing that within you is a realm of potential waiting to be explored. The 12.12 star portal and the approaching winter solstice offer an invitation to tap into your intuition, to set powerful intentions, and to connect with the divine feminine energy within.
I love that. It's not just about the date itself, but about the inner journey it inspires.
Right.
But before we get too deep into that, let's pause here for a moment.
Okay.
We'll be back in part 2 to explore more of what Spiriton.re reveals about harnessing this incredible energy.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the 12.12 star portal.
It's mind-blowing to think that we're recording this as the 12.12 portal is supposedly open. And I have to say, that creator goddess message really stuck with me. It feels like a permission slip to just let go of self-doubt, especially with the new year approaching.
It's definitely a powerful message, and it speaks to the themes of rebirth and renewal that are so prominent in the source material.
Yeah.
And, we touched on the connection between 12.12 and the winter solstice earlier.
Yeah.
Spiriton actually goes deeper into that, highlighting how the symbolism of the solstice aligns beautifully with the energy of this star portal.
I'm really curious about that connection.
Yeah.
What specifically does the source say?
Well, as we mentioned, the winter solstice marks the shortest day and longest night of the year.
Right.
It's a time when many cultures celebrate the return of light, a symbolic rebirth.
Okay.
And this perfectly mirrors the energy of 12.12, which is all about new beginnings, spiritual growth, and stepping into our power.
So it's not just about the literal return of sunlight, but about recognizing that inner light within ourselves, ready to emerge after a period of darkness.
Exactly. And it's fascinating how Spiriton.Hue draws parallels between ancient solstice celebrations and the practices they suggest for 12.1. We see themes of purification, reflection, setting intentions, and honoring the cycles of nature, all resonating with what we've been discussing.
I actually tried a fire ceremony last year around the winter solstice.
Oh, wow.
It was incredibly powerful for releasing old patterns and setting intentions for the new year.
Yeah.
Do you think something like that could amplify the energy of 12.1 as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fire ceremonies are traditionally used for purification and transformation. In the context of 12.12, it could be a powerful way to symbolically burn away what no longer serves you and make space for new beginnings.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like giving those intentions extra fuel to manifest. So we've got this incredible synergy between the 12.12 star portal and the winter solstice.
Right.
But for the listener tuning in, what are the key takeaways they can apply to their own life today?
The source emphasizes the importance of being present and aware during this time.
Okay.
Pay attention to your intuition, those gut feelings and subtle nudges.
It's almost like the universe is speaking to us in whispers.
Right.
And 12.12 is the day to really tune in.
Precisely. And Spiriton reminds us that this heightened intuition can guide us toward the people, opportunities, and experiences that align with our highest good.
Okay.
But we need to be open to receiving those messages.
So it's not just about sitting back and waiting for a sign, but actively seeking those whispers and trusting our inner compass.
Yeah.
But what about those of us who struggle with self-doubt? How can we navigate the 12.12 energy when that inner critic is loud?
That's where the practices we discussed earlier come in. Meditation, connecting with angels, working with crystals like amethyst, and even the fire ceremony you mentioned. They can help us quiet the mind and create a space for our intuition to emerge.
It's like creating a ritual for ourselves, a sacred space to connect with that deeper wisdom. But sometimes, even with the best intentions, life throws us curveballs.
Yeah.
What if something unexpected happens today? Does that mean we've missed the boat on the 12.12 energy?
Not at all.
Okay.
Remember, Spiriton.Hue emphasizes that you're exactly where you need to be on your journey.
Okay.
The 12.12 energy isn't about forcing anything, but about being open to the possibilities and trusting the unfolding of your path, even with detours.
That's such a reassuring perspective.
Right.
Even if today doesn't go exactly as planned, the energy is still there, working its magic in subtle ways.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Think of it as a cosmic wave you can ride, even if you encounter some choppy waters along the way.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But we've been focusing a lot on the internal aspects of 12.12. What about taking action in the physical world? How can we align our actions with this energy?
That's where the manifestation practices we talked about come into play.
Okay.
12.12 is a potent time for setting clear intentions, visualizing your desires, and taking those inspired actions that move you closer to your goals.
So it's not just about inner work,
Yeah.
but about bringing those intentions into the real world, taking concrete steps towards what we want to create.
Exactly. Think of it as a dance between the inner and outer worlds.
Yeah.
The 12.12 energy supports both.
Okay, so we've got intuition, ritual, and action. What else can the listener do to really embrace the full potential of 12.12?
Remember that connection to the divine feminine we discussed?
Right.
Spiritan Hue suggests nurturing yourself today.
Okay.
This could mean taking a relaxing bath, spending time in nature, or engaging in any activity that brings you joy and replenishes your energy.
That's such a simple yet powerful suggestion.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the to-do list, even on a spiritually significant day like today.
Right.
But sometimes the most profound act is simply to be kind to ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Self-care is a vital part of aligning with the divine feminine energy, and it allows us to show up more fully in all areas of our lives.
So this is all so insightful. It feels like we're really starting to unlock the deeper layers of the 12.12 star portal,
Yeah.
but there's still more to explore, right?
There is.
Okay.
In part 3, we'll delve into some of the more nuanced aspects of this energy, including how it can impact our relationships and our ability to manifest our deepest desires.
I can't wait to dive deeper.
Yeah.
But for now, we encourage you to take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed so far.
Huh?
What resonates with you? What practices feel aligned with your energy today?
And how can you bring a little bit of that 12.12 magic into your own life?
Back again for our final 12.112 deep dive.
Isn't it wild? We're wrapping up, but this star portal energy, it's still like all around us.
Yeah, pretty amazing. We've covered so much already. The meaning of this date, the divine feminine, the winter solstice, even like how to actually use this energy. But Skirtan.eu, they have more to say, more subtle stuff. I think our listeners will want to hear this.
Totally. Lay it on me. What else does the source say about 12.12? Well, relationships, they're really highlighted. Spiritan.Hughes suggests 12.12. It can boost our connections, romantic ones, friendships, all of them.
Interesting. We've been mostly looking inward, right? Makes sense, though, this energy, it would affect how we relate to others, too. So what's the source say specifically about how 12.12 impacts relationships?
Communication, big time.
Bah.
Being genuine. 12.12, it's like a push to be open and honest with people we care about, deepen those bonds, maybe even attract new relationships, ones that really fit who we are.
It makes me think of the number 2, right? Partnerships, harmony, like you were saying earlier. It's like 12.12 is reminding us, hey, we're not meant to do this life solo.
Exactly. And the source even says 12.12 can help us let go of old stuff, patterns, beliefs that are keeping us from having good relationships. Time for forgiveness, for ourselves, for others, and being open to what's new.
I've been trying to set better boundaries in some of my relationships lately. Not easy, let me tell you. I think this 12.12 energy could help with that.
Absolutely. Setting boundaries, that's self-love right there. Super important for healthy relationships, any kind. And the source, it says, use your intuition to guide you. Honor your own needs, but respect others too.
It's not about shutting people out then. It's more like making space so everyone can actually thrive.
Exactly. And speaking of thriving, Spiritan.Hue, they also talk about 12.12 and manifestation, especially abundance.
Oh, yeah, we talked about manifestation a bit earlier, but I'm curious to hear more. How's this energy connected to abundance specifically? What does the source say?
They're saying 12.12, it's prime time to manifest. Not just money, though that's part of it, but abundance in everything. Love, joy, creativity, purpose, even spiritual growth.
I love that. It's not just about getting rich. It's about like this fullness in every part of our lives.
Exactly. And what's emphasized is this idea of co-creation with the universe. 12.12, it amps up our ability to do that.
Yeah.
Aligning our thoughts, feelings, actions with what we want to bring into reality.
Okay, so rituals, crystals, angels, taking action, it's a lot. Anything else the source suggests for manifesting, like to the max on 12.12?
Gratitude. Spiritan.Hue, they're big on that. Focus on what you have. Appreciate the good stuff already present. That sets a vibration,
Yeah,
attracts even more abundance.
makes sense. It's like we're telling the universe, more of this, please. We're ready.
Precisely. Gratitude is powerful stuff, opens us up to receive. Combine that with clear intention and inspired action, bam. Recipe for manifesting your desires.
Wow, this has been so eye-opening. Feels like we've really gotten deep into the 12.12 star portal. But we're wrapping up now, so what's the one thing you'd want our listener to take away?
The message I'd emphasize, it's this. 12.12, it's not just a day. It's like a way of being. It's about owning your power, listening to your gut, nurturing your relationships, and creating a life that's full of abundance and joy.
Beautifully put. And the best part is we're not limited to just today, right? We can tap into this 12.12 energy anytime. It's a mindset, believing in possibilities, being aligned with our best selves.
You got it. It's a journey, not a finish line.
Well said. Time for us to close this portal, for now at least. But hey, listeners, remember, that 12.12 energy is always there, ready when you are. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
May the magic of 12.12 light your way.